Hello everyone, welcome back to another section where we are going to cover the pause detail HTML page in the results.html page. Okay, so let's dive right into it. So now okay, so I just want to specify, like I told you, that I want to use this div class container because I want. Okay, that's cool. So once we do that, we want to use any h1 tag, and you see in the detail page we don't want to use the for loop, like what we did in the previous section. So we just output the question text here. So question underscore text, because this is where the actual voting will take place. Okay, and then we show the error message. Remember when we were defining the vote function view, we talked about error messages. That, let's say the user wants to vote on another question or on the next question without voting on the first question. So if the user tries to do that, then the user will get an error message. So that's what we want to output here, because we have defined the context, we have defined the dictionary for it, so it shouldn't be a hassle to us. So we are saying if error underscore message. So what it is saying here is, if there is an error, or if the user tries to select another question, or tries to go to another question without first voting on the first question, then they will get an error. Okay, then we use the p tag. Okay, and we specify that we use a strong inside that. So the way to do this is we just write strong. Okay, and strong will make the error message bold. Okay, and then we just say here error underscore message. Okay, and then at the end we close the if. Remember, code is all about making decisions. Okay, so end if. So this error message will only show if you attempt to go to the next question without, or let's say you're trying to vote without selecting the choice. Okay, now let's come up with a form, right, that will allow us to vote, to create, to show choices. Okay, so our form will have an action here, and in action here we just put a link to that, a URL for voting on the single question, so that when we try to vote, that action will be, the voting action will be applied. So pause dot vote. Okay, then we do this, and then we specify that we are voting on a question, which is this, and then we close. And at the same time we add the method, okay, which is post in this context. And every time you work with a form in Django, don't forget to include the CSRF underscore token, which is the cross-site request forgery. Okay, it helps protect the user's data. So let's just put CSR. Okay, let's just say CSRF underscore token. Then we've added it, and then let's proceed. So now we want to output the choices. Mind you, we are saying this form is for us to select the choices. So this form will display the choices that we will select to vote on the questions. Okay, so like I said, to display the choices we use a for loop. Okay, we have talked about this, that if we want to display something, let's say from the database, we use a for loop. So always put that in mind. So for choice, so here we use for choice. Why? Because we want to output the choices associated with the questions. So that's why we are doing this. For choice in question dot choice underscore set dot all. Okay, so display all choices associated with a particular question in this context. Okay, that's what we are trying to say here. So that's perfect. And once we do that, we need to end our end for. Okay, because if we don't, we will run into error. So that's cool. So let's add an input sort of pattern or what. So the type will be radio, and the name will be choice, and the ID will be choice, and then for loop. So let's just leave some space here. For loop dot counter. Okay, so this will allow us to, okay, so let's just say value, and the value will be choice ID. Okay, choice dot ID. That's the value for this. Okay, and then let's put a label, right? So this is a button. Okay, that will, where we will choose a choice, and then it will count the votes. Okay, when we vote. So label, then we say for choice. Okay, I'm writing on the wrong. So we say for choice here, for choice, and then we say for loop dot counter. I'm having writing errors here. Okay, these are typing errors. Okay, right. Then once we do that, then inside the label, then we use the double curly braces, and then we say choice dot choice underscore text. Okay, and then we add a line break there. Okay, so that's perfect. So then under end for, before we end our form, we need to add an input, that is a submit button. So in this case we say submit, and then we give it the value, which is vote. Okay, so basically what we are saying here, we are saying this is the question. Okay, because this line of code displays the question dot question underscore text, and if we don't vote, then this error will pop up, and this form here will display and allow us to select choices and count. When we have selected the choice, then the choice will be counted. See, so basically that's what's happening here. Then let's try to look at the results.html. So let's start with a div as well, and I will just have to put the class which is container in this case. Okay, and what we will do is we'll start with an h1 tag where we will display the question text. So question underscore text, but we have to do it inside the curly braces. Okay, like this. And soon after that, we'll come up with an unordered list, and we'll display our results. So it's a way of just displaying our results here. Nothing fancy because we've done that before. So to do that is we say for choice, typing errors, for choice in question dot choice underscore set dot o, like this. Then we come up with a list tag, and then we say choice dot choice underscore text, right? And then what we do is we just leave a gap here. Let's just say let's display choice dot votes, right? And let's say vote here, and let's say choice dot votes here, and then let's pluralize. Okay, and then let's close this. Then if we since here we are done, then we have to close the end for, because we are displaying the results here. Okay, that's perfect. Then after that, we have to show a vote again button. Let's say you want to vote again. Okay, so we don't want to restrict people. Let's say you are not satisfied with the result that you've selected or the choice you have selected, so you have an option to vote again. So let's just use the link tag there, a tag, and then let's say URL, and let's say pause, then detail, and let's say question dot id. Okay, and then we close, and then here we show that you want to vote again. Okay, that's perfect. So basically that's what this is all we needed to cover in this section. So thank you so much. See you in the next section, where we are going to navigate to see whether everything we have done so far is working. Okay, so thank you so much.